Alrighty, this has been something that I've kind of had a problem with for all of Star Trek, and I commend Captain Jellicoe for finally, pulling their fucking hair about it and getting Counselor Troi in a proper outfit. She acts like she's at a fucking rodeo with her tits hanging out. But bigger, broader picture, why the fuck do they have Counselor Troi as a main cast member and on the bridge?
Well, I mean,
beyond the Betazoid thing, because not all counselors are Betazoids.
No, but that makes her unique.
And she's only a half-breed.
Right.
Just saying.
But being a regular on the show is one thing, but why was she a bridge officer?
Yeah.
Why was she on the bridge, present all the time? She's a counselor.
Shouldn't she was Greek?
Wouldn't you think that she would be
like counseling people?
Booked for counseling sessions?
Like, yeah.
With the crew?
Like, especially
there's over 1,000 people on the ship. You don't think that people would take advantage of having a counselor to talk to once in a while?
Yeah.
And only be called to the bridge for a specific captain had to make contact or with somebody and needed her to be there.
But her
let him know what she's picking up on from him.
Her big character development is she likes chocolate.
Yeah.
And her and Riker fucked a lot.
Yeah.
Even during the show. Which, I mean, so here, I've got to put it. So, in that episode where they all lost their memory.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Riker and Rolaren are fucking.
Yeah.
Like Michelle Forbes? Like.
Right?
I'm just.
Oh, well, I mean.
I'm just saying.
You know who Jonathan Frakes is married to, right?
Yeah, I don't.
Jeannie Francis, man.
Not my cup of Darjeeling.
Well,
but Michelle Forbes, I'm like, yeah.
Well, yeah.
Even when she was in Battlestar Galactica and played a lesbian, I'm like, I can get down with that. Me and Alf, rock on. But so she wasn't. There was nothing to her. She was a cock holster for Riker occasionally, and she ate chocolate, and she was half Beta Z, and she had an annoying fucking mother.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Luxana, though.
But she was great.
Luxana was great. And it was Maisel Barrett.
Yeah.
And she was great.
Yeah. But I'm just like, that's it. And for that, she gets to be on the bridge?
Yeah, right.
I'm just saying.
And I'm assuming she did not have official Starfleet rank and because she was never in a uniform.
Well, until Jellicoe.
So, what was she, a civilian counselor?
But she had a Lieutenant Pips when Jellicoe finally made her put a uniform on.
Yeah.
And then when she went to do so she could be an actual important person on the bridge. A lieutenant commander, remember? She had to make that. She had to do all those tests.
Yeah.
So,
which actually I thought was great. After that, finally having her in a uniform on the bridge, because all those other goofy outfits that she wore.
Yeah, and my cousin Blaine. You've met Blaine, haven't you?
Yeah,
maybe. Okay, she just thinks she's Meshuggah.
My best friend in the Valley had a roommate once that
Randall Cunningham, and his wife Oprah. Yeah, is that what we're talking about?
He had a roommate once that was just head over heels over
Marina Certis.
Marina Certis, yes, and
So I just don't get. I'm like, what? Really? But of course, that's not as bad as the other thing he did to me. I took him down to Bonanza Books one time, and it's a comic book store, right? What does he do? Now, I'm established there. Like, you know what I'm saying? I roll in and, hey, what's this stuff? And blah, blah, blah. And, put the money down.
Right.
And he goes right up to the counter. It's like the third worst thing I've ever, if I could cry, He goes, do you have any Charmed comic books? Oh, my God. What the fuck? Like, I stopped what I was doing and I was like.
Maybe in the bargain bin, dude.
It's like, what? And the guy, I think it was Jeff, he goes, he gets this look like, what the fuck is that? And he's like, no. I'm like,
Dude.
Fuck. I'm like,
I'm telling you, need to make a movie about a day in the life of a comic book shop, man. Because, dude, I used to get all kinds, and I'm up here in the foothills.
But I was just like, God. Anyway, so enough of my cousin and his picadillos. Which I'm like, was there any hot bitch on that show?
I can't take you anywhere.
Right.
Not even a comic shop.
Right? How do you get to be the weirdo at the comic book shop?
Dude.
I'm just saying.
That's fucking hilarious. Oh my god.
Because by this time I'd known all your weirdos at your comic book store.
Dude.
I'm like, nobody.
And I mean, serious. Some of them, they were pretty weird.
Yeah, so I'm like, Blaine's all right. No. Oh my god, no. Oh my god. I just, man, I don't wake up at night with cold sweats about it, but I'm just like, goddamn, son.
Right?
Yeah. So anyway, back to Counselor Troi.
Counselor Troi. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
And like, I think the only time she redeemed herself was in First Contact.
I mean, she
really
right, and in as far as the series was, especially early seasons where she just was there, but they didn't know what to do with her.
Like
it was worse than Sigourney Weaver in Galaxy Quest, where her job was just to repeat whatever the computer says.
Yeah.
You know.
But like in Where Silence Has Least, which is another good episode, which is another one I like.
But I really think that was it. You know, Troi was part of the inspiration for that whole Sigourney Weaver thing.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you're the useless one. It's why are you even here?
But I'm just so I don't understand.
No offense to Marina Certis. I mean, it was her job. It wasn't it was.
Remember, hold on. We did have to deal with that.
I'm not saying she was horrible at doing what she did. It was just that they didn't give her much to do.
Unnecessary.
It was like Worf was the token Klingon
who got beat up by everybody to show how strong the alien was.
Yeah, and he never really got to kick anybody's ass.
Yeah,
he always got his ass beat, and he had no real position.
Yeah,
outside of like tactical or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, not until Yar passed and they gave him chief of security and gave him something to do.
Yeah.
And Geordi, too, didn't have anything to do. He was just a navigator.
Mr. LaForge, the racist.
Until they gave him chief engineer's position. I mean, it was like they didn't even think it through before they went into production.
We need a black here and we need a black there. And we need a woman here and a woman there. And it was DEI back then.
Well,
yeah.
Trek's always been like that, though. If you look at it that way, I mean, you look at the international cast of the original series, and
they were fine. But that's not.
But you know, Data was the
Spock analog.
You know, and wanted to be human and wanted to experience what it is to be human. So you could.
It's not all it's cracked up to be, sweetheart.
You could live kind of vicariously through Data that way, and see him, you know, because Star Trek at its best is about the human experience and what it is to be human. Really, it is. It is optimistic, idealistic, and a look at the human condition. And that's what Star Trek is at its best.
Put it back in the rainbow bag.
And
I want to know why we had her. So you don't have any real good reason why. I mean, like, because she was.
No, I got nothing.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
No, I got nothing as far as that goes. I mean, why was she a bridge officer? I always questioned that. Was she always on the bridge?
Yeah.
She's the counselor. And then there are episodes and scenes where you do see her counseling somebody.
Yeah.
You know, like.
Well, it can't just be Barclay.
Barclay, you know.
But it can't just be Barclay. There's got to be other fucking weirdos.
You would think. On a deep space mission like that.
Right?
And, well, the Enterprise, Picard's Enterprise wasn't the same as Kirk's, though. It wasn't out there just mapping the stars and going unexplored regions.
It was a Roman centurion out patrolling the province, a dull and bloated empire.
Right, and it was the flagship of the dull and bloated empire.
Yeah.
It was the flagship of the Federation. Kirk's Enterprise was not the flagship. It was just one of the fleet.
Yeah.
And its mission was deep space exploration and star charting and mapping the galaxy. And so
we don't have an answer as to why she was on the bridge ever. Was it? I heard Rick Berman liked the gal with the big bosoms.
Well,
could have been it.
So did Gene Roddenberry. So
maybe that's it.
That's not unprecedented.
Bunch of white sexist pigs. Anyway, like, share, subscribe.